Welcome guys, it's Glenn from Launch. In this video I'm going to cover the new module that we've added to the PAD series, and it also flows through to the Pro series. Now this module is called the X431 FIX. Now what we've done with this module is we've added it to the scan tool to give you more information regarding repairing the vehicle itself, and technical information about the vehicle, and right down to integration of the scan tool, from reading the VIN number of the vehicle and selecting the information, also the fault code. So once you've done a full health check of the vehicle, you can then look at the information or relative fault, and regarding that fault, if it's regarding the wire diagram or information to fix that problem regarding the fault. So today what I've done is I hooked up a pad 7 so you can simulate it, so we can work through it together and just show you some examples. It's only going to be a short video, so we're just going to go through each of the areas, because the module itself has a lot of areas to cover, but we'll just give you an example what we can do in the future regarding this X431 FIX module. So what I'll do is I'll hook up the Pro's Pad 7, which I have, you can see it on the screen. Now we just do a automatic integration, intelligent diagnosis, so like normal when you enter the vehicle. Now this will read the VIN number, but the module itself sometimes can't identify the VIN. So I'll show the example in this case what will happen. So you'll have the normal function of the scan tool. So we'll enter the diagnostics. Now, as said, this is to give you a bit more information regarding the fault code itself, and also the wiring diagrams directly to the scan tool while you're working on the vehicle. So you don't have to have a separate computer to go to it, but you'll have to be actually online to do this. So make sure you've got a good internet connection, and the system will work fine. Now you do your smoke detection, so we just do this as an example. We'll go through the topology and just go through each of the ones. It should have a few fault codes on this module simulation I've got here. I'll just wait for this to finish. Okay, so we'll just finish that, and you can do your reports, and that's like normal. So what we do is we'll pick PCM, and you'll see the fault codes on the side, but now you can actually see, we can search like normally through Google. So code search will go through the Google software on the browser and look for that fault, or you select X431 FIX. So regarding the fault code, so we'll go to TP, it'll fire up. And again, regarding the information, if it doesn't find the VIN number, I'll just show you an example. This is a perfect example where it couldn't find the VIN number of the vehicle, so it can't identify it properly, but you use it manually. So we just go through, we select the manufacturer. So this case is a Ford. And we'll come down to territory, and then you'll select the year, model, and so forth regarding the software. So it's quite easy to use. It's full functional. I'm actually using the screen to move it up and down. I can zoom in and out from the screen, so it all operates by finger touch. So we'll select the year model, and then once I enter the year model, you can see the fault code appears straight away at the top. So you can see the P0122-60. So this is regarded the throttle position, so the throttle pedal sensor. So you can see the bit of information there, and if there's electronic circuits and so forth related to it, you'll see it in this area here of the electronic systems. Case study, if the vehicle has different case studies, which a lot of the European vehicles will have, or recalls, it will actually come to here. Because this is a Australian vehicle, we didn't have many information regarding these vehicles, but overseas areas had the technical bulletins and also the recalls and so forth. But here in Australia, we have not got that information here. Unfortunately, we've had to do it the hard way. So what you do is then you'll select the relative area regarding the information, if it's a manual transmission or automatic. So we'll just select the automatic for an example. It will enter into another page, and we can slide up and you can actually see regarding a bit more information. So we can see the CAN bus views, location of the components. Now we can come down and then we can actually hit the arrow regarding the accelerator pedal position sensor. So I'll select that. And what I'll do is then we'll go down into the circuits themselves. So related to the throttle position, we have the throttle pedal position itself and also the throttle position sensor. So once we select the first one, number 1, it will actually load a information up regarding the circuit diagram. So this will give you the circuit diagram. I can actually zoom up the diagram by touching the screen with 2 fingers. I can move it across and so forth. On the left hand side, you'll see a number of steps, and now these are actually to the testing of that circuit. So for instance, the very first one, we use a multimeter. We can actually use the voltages and we can check those pinouts. Now if we select yes or no, depending upon the next step, but if we set no, it will actually give you a bit further information to check, or if it says no again, so the voltage wasn't there and I said no, it will then pinpoint that there's something wrong with the, in this case, the engine control unit. So it just gives you that step-by-step help regarding testing the component level. Now each one will be the same, so I've come back down and we can see we do the testing of those pins. Now also regarding the next step where I want to go, if I want to press the ECU, which is the E1, if I press hit select, straight away you'll see ECU, so engine control module will come up, and if I hit that, it will actually load the wire diagram regarding that ECU. So again, we can step back, go back, go back. Again, we're back here at the beginning, or I can select and set ECU1. It will load the ECU diagram. Okay, and then if I go along the top, I can select the extended wiring diagram. It'll expand the wiring diagram regarding the ECU E1, and I'll just let that load up. This varies on the internet speed too also, because this is actually online, so make sure the internet. So if I come back down to the bottom and zoom up, I can see a bit more information. So there's the G2. So again, I can see the pinouts directly to the ECU. And if I come back down and across, so it's easy to operate, and following the wiring diagrams, I can come in to this area and we should have a bit more information. And then if I follow it across and zoom up to G1, which is our pedal, I can see those pinouts also there. But if I select that G1, it'll tell me what it is. It'll also then go back and locate that component to do the test itself. So if I double click on it, it'll load up G1, we can see now, right? And then we can do our testing regarding our ground testing and so forth with the multimeter as required. So this gives you a lot more information and help step-by-step testing the voltages that you acquire, and it varies from vehicle and manufacturing naturally. So we have added this to all the pad series, and I said the Pro series will probably come later regarding the information. So we can go to a component area so we can actually see the identification of a bit more information regarding the components. Okay, and then supply on the left hand side, if I select that, it'll give me a bit more information regarding the voltage supplies. Okay, its function, so it explains the function of the throttle position or TPS. Okay, and I can actually enlarge it. So if I hit enlarge, it'll enlarge it. ECU pinouts, we can have those, so we can actually see the direct ECU pinouts. So if you want a bit more information, I said it's actually on the screen itself. So you can be in the vehicle, in the engine bay, and then do the wiring diagram by just using the pad 7 itself and on the screen at the same time. So these are all the different pinouts. If I hit show, it will actually show the actual pinout itself. So we can come back and look at the pinout, and pin 5 on A, block A, can be seen, so we can zoom up pin 5. So it's a very simple process. As I said, we've added this module for you to actually help you along and repair it, the vehicles themselves, and other vehicles will have a lot more information regarding this. And when I do go back to the main frame, which I'll go back out, I'll just go back out further. It has a lot more regarding repair data. So if I select repair data, I can have me schedule servicing, lubes and oils. So we can actually see a lot more information regarding the vehicle on the scan tool in one spot, so I don't have to run to the computer and look it up. So we're actually giving you information directly to the scan tool, and it's simple as operating it with your hands, fingers, and zooming in and out regarding that information. And as I said, because it's integrated into the scan tool, we're just using the scan tool's functions and buttons to operate in the touchscreen regarding the operation of the X431 FIX. So hopefully we might cover a little bit more over this video, next videos, a bit more about it. But hopefully this is just an introduction of the new X431 FIX added to the pads series to help you fix the vehicles themselves a lot quicker, a lot faster. So thank you very much.